Patreon Q&A number 79, part 2. Part 1 was released earlier today, y'all. I still want to thank all 132 of my incredibly powerful patrons. Guys, you know I love you. Thank you for continuing to support me in these difficult times that we're all experiencing right now. And to everyone else listening, there's going to be spoilers in these questions and answers, so tread carefully. Flashy Flash asks, hey Shonen, how are you? I am doing well, Flashy Flash. I hope you are too. My first question is, who will win if all the high dragons had a battle royale? So this is going to be a pretty fantastic battle, and I'd love to see this play out, of course. But I think in the end, Black S would probably wind up winning, or if not Black S, then I guess Evil Natural Water. Now, if we are just taking into consideration like high dragon only, would that mean that Black S can become Golden S? Because then he's kind of flirting with above dragon level at that point. I mean, we have to, take that into consideration. He can do that. That is one of his abilities. And if he was pushed that far, as we've seen, he would do it. And Golden S would probably take the cake here. But even just Black S by himself, I think could probably get, take care of the other ones in a battle royale. Evil Natural Water is the one that I'm thinking of the most here, could possibly win as well. I mean, maybe he can like drown Black S inside of him or something. And also it would be extremely difficult to defeat Evil Natural Water for anyone. I mean, he took a punch from Saitama after all. My second question is, who will win between Phoenix Man and All Might? I think Phoenix Man takes this one. Thanks, bro. Hey, thank you too, Flashy Flash. So, which All Might, which Phoenix Man are we talking about? If we're talking about USJ All Might, if we're talking about, Bird Brain Costume Phoenix Man, Base Form Demon, it would be like a one-shot from All Might. If we're going to like Resurrected Phoenix Man against USJ All Might, then it gets more competitive, but I think All Might still takes the cake. But if we're talking about Brilliant Eagle Phoenix Man against USJ All Might, then it's going to be like really high diff for All Might, but I think he could get the job done as well. But if we're talking about like Camino All Might, then Brilliant Eagle Phoenix Man may be able to win, but I'm going to side with All Might here in the end. Joe D asks, hey Big Z, how's your health? Hey, it's doing good so far. Let's hope it stays that way along with everybody else, including yourself. If Saitama was warped to our world and asked to defeat the big bad, how do you think he'd do it? So I assume the only thing he could really do is attempt to send a punch like into each city or something that has like a frequency or vibration pattern that's not going to destroy the environment, but it's just going to hit like microorganisms and therefore possibly take out the bug that way. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not a biologist. I have no idea what I'm talking about, and Saitama wouldn't either. So the only thing that he could really do is I don't know, talk to Dr. Genus or somebody, and maybe they can work together and figure out what he could use his abilities for in order to take this stuff out. It probably wouldn't be easy. Question 2, who's your favorite all-time anime character? Keep washing those hands. Hey, you too, Joe, and everybody else listening. Wash your hands, especially when you're outside, or coming in from outside. Favorite character is Garo. He's pretty much perfect to me. I mean, I would have just said manga because, he wasn't in season 2 before last year, but now that he is officially an anime character, he's the best. I mean, come on, how can you go wrong with Garo? It's even difficult for people to classify what he is. Some people say anti-hero, some people say anti-villain, some people just say full-blown hero. Some people say he's the true neutral. He's more like a chaotic neutral, but I just love him. He's like really reinvigorated my interest in anime. Honestly, Garo, I promise you, is the reason why I'm so much into One Punch Man. Like when he started becoming prominent in the story after chapter 84, I just was like, oh my god, I'm in love with this guy. He's perfect. Mellow asks, hello Shonen, do you think Hero Hunter Garo can defeat Death Gatling Squad plus the Blizzard Bunch? Yeah, I do think he could. I mean, you're not really adding too much power to Death Gatling Squad with the addition of the Blizzard Bunch. I mean, Fubuki, pretty powerful, but at that point in the story, or just, her against non-espers, not really too effective. I don't think she would make that much of a difference against Garo. And Mountain Ape and Eyelashes and Lily would all just be like one shot away if they got close enough to Garo. So I don't think it would make too much of a difference, honestly. He was just too much for them at that point in the story. What is your favorite type of burger and top 3 burger joints? Appreciate the content, man. Hey, thank you for the support, Mellow. I appreciate that. So my favorite type of burger is just really like a standard one. Throw some bacon on there, throw some lettuce, pickles, maybe a little bit of mayo, a little bit of ketchup. Pretty good. My favorite burger joint is Famous Dave's. Now, of course, I know that this is probably like a local place in the United States. I don't know if they have them everywhere, but where I live, there's one in my city. and it's amazing. It's like a barbecue place, but I don't know, their burgers are just the best I've ever had. Second, you know, I don't live in California, so I haven't had In-N-Out, but on the East Coast we have Five Guys, and that's basically like the equivalent, if not better, and they really do burgers well. And then my third favorite is, this is going to sound blasphemous, but Applebee's. I know, you know, some people have mixed emotions on that place, but man, they make a pretty good burger to me. Mr. Awesome asks, hey, Shonen, what's up? Anyway, I just saw Stampede for the first time, and first of all, hype. Second, my question is, who would win in a fight between Bullet or the Cadres without Black Ass or Evil Natural Water? Bullet obviously is pretty powerful, especially in the first fight sequence that he's in. He's incredible. I think he's Yonko level right there, but then probably gets weaker as the story goes on, but I don't think he's enough to fight all of the cadres at once. I think Bullet is strictly on the level of fighting one cadre at a time, because they would all destroy him if he was fighting them, even without Black S and Evil Natural Water. I think Bullet might be like around the strength of Fear Ugly, you know, somewhere around, maybe Gums. I don't think he's quite on the level of Goketsu yet, but I mean, his fruit is pretty damn cool. My next is more complicated. So we know that Blackbeard has the Dark Fruit and the Quake Fruit, which is a great combo. Don't get me wrong, in close quarters, they would actually be deadly, and I can't wait to see a fight between him using both fruits to their full potential. But if you were going to pair together two Devil Fruits, what powers would have better synergy? Which would you pick? I think the Rumble Fruit with the Gold Fruit would be ridiculous together. Not sure if it's canon because of the movie. Anyway, Big Z, on behalf of all your patrons, we love you, man, and we may even one day be able to forgive you for only giving Hot Dog Man a god in the character rankings, although I do understand you had to be conservative with him as so not to blow scrubs like Garo, Saitama, and King out of the water. And as always, you rock. Hey, thank you, Mr. Awesome. You rock. And yeah, Hot Dog Man, I couldn't give him the one above all. Maybe one day, maybe if his stock rises. But as for your other question, I think yeah, the Rumble Fruit and the Gold Fruit would be incredible, especially considering what we saw Eneru do with Gold. But I think an even better combination would be the Barrier Fruit. You know what Bartholomew has with any Logia, pretty much. You're pretty much unstoppable at that point. I mean, Barrier Fruit plus like any other fruit is ridiculous. Also, like Absalom's invisibility fruit, that with a Logia would be insane. Like, imagine a Logia, but you couldn't see them. And then also Sanwan Wolf's gigantification fruit, which it doesn't have a name at this point. That with a Logia would be crazy. Or that with like the Quake fruit. Imagine becoming like a giant and then using the Quake. That would be insane. Rain Above All asks, what's up, show? So I started this wild debate in a group chat I'm part of. I'm pretty surprised that most people were on the same opinion. Basically, Naruto and Sasuke versus Luffy and Zoro. Man, basically how it went was debunking the point out a lot of inconsistencies with Naruto, but ultimately failed to give comparable feats of power to the Straw Hat Boys. I was defending them using a lot of theory and inference, but the facts and facts, right? So general consensus is that One Piece Boys were not able to defeat the Super Angsty Boys. Just wanted to know your thoughts on the matchup, but I think it's a super compelling fight, and we'll have to revisit it when Zoro and Luffy reach their full potential. Yes, that's ultimately what it comes down to, is that Sasuke and Naruto have reached their full potential, and Luffy and Zoro are far from that. And I think that Naruto and Sasuke, if we're talking about end of series here, which I assume that everybody's talking about, they would win, because they're just too powerful at this point. They have way too many overpowered abilities for Luffy and Zoro to compete with, like Sasuke's perfect Susanoo, Naruto using the Kyuubi along with KCM2. Just a little too much for Luffy and Zoro at this point, and also with all the other plethora of jutsus and abilities that they have. I think they would overcome Zoro and Luffy, but I think Zoro and Luffy will probably be stronger at the end of their respective series. Also, one more statement rather than a question. I just want to say that maybe you can kind of debate me on it. Ready? Okay, hot take. Captain Levi bodies Deku. Fight IRL. JK Bud. Enjoy yourself out there and don't get too burned. Haha. Hey, you too. A rain above all. Thank you for the support. Sean asks, hey Shonen, what do you think would happen if Goketsu fought against Darkshine? I know you have Goketsu ranked just above Carnage Kabuto in your High Dragon ranking video, so I thought it'd be interesting if you thought Darkshine could take someone that is relative to Carnage Kabuto, but it'd be with technique, which he may be easily countered, like how he lost to Bang in sparring, rather than just the raw stats that Carnage Kabuto brings to the table. So I guess it appears that Darkshine has somewhat of a weakness to martial artists, right? I mean, he got dominated by Bang and pretty much got dominated by Garo once he woke up. So does that correlate to Goketsu being able to defeat Darkshine? Maybe, maybe not. Goketsu seems to have more of an offensive, different type of style. I mean, he definitely doesn't have the Water Stream, and the Water Stream plays right into Darkshine's style. It's a good matchup against him. So Goketsu, in theory, could defeat Darkshine. I mean, why not? But also Darkshine, in theory, could defeat him as well. I think Darkshine could probably take Goketsu's strikes way better than what Bang could in my hypothetical matchup that I had against him. But would Goketsu be too fast for Darkshine? Would he be too skilled for him? Remains to be seen at this point, but I don't want to crap on Darkshine too much, so I'll just give him the victory here based on him maybe being able to outmuscle Goketsu possibly. It would be a hard-fought battle on either side. I mean, Darkshine went to his full potential for 15 minutes just to take down Carnage Kabuto after all. Second question, who would win between Zombie Man and Metal Bat? I think it'd be kind of a funny matchup because Metal Bat would have a super long time to get his fighting spirit, but I'm not sure if he'd actually be able to put Zombie Man down. So could Metal Bat tank bullets? Could he tank swords? These are unknowns at this moment. That's all that really Zombie Man has. Could Metal Bat defeat Zombie Man completely? Could he like vaporize him, or could he stop him from regenerating? Possibly. I mean, he could keep beating him down and lessen or fatigue Zombie Man's regeneration, as we saw him going against Homeless Emperor. So in theory, Metal Bat could defeat Zombie Man, but also Metal Bat could get tired before that, and Zombie Man could take over him, you know, like how he did theoretically with Carnage Kabuto. A lot of what ifs here, but just to be fair, you know, not giving Zombie Man too much time, I'd say that Metal Bat could probably win. Michael SM asks, yo, what's good, Z? Hope all is well. Stay safe during these crazy times. Hey, you too, Michael. I was wondering how much of a difference it would have made if Elder Centipede and Goketsu weren't killed and made it back to the Monster Association instead. How much of a difference would they have made against the heroes, and who do you think the heroes would have taken on Goketsu and Elder Centipede? Bang or Darkshine versus Goketsu, Centipede versus against Tatsumaki, or Flashy Flash? Thanks, man. So that's actually a really great question, and I think that if Goketsu and Elder Centipede did go back to the Monster Association, then it would have made things that much better for them. I mean, they still do pretty well despite being down two of their strongest members. You know, eventually what happens in the war and whatnot, without Garo showing up and everything. But I think you nailed it on the head here. It would be a perfect opportunity for Bang and Bomb to fight Goketsu instead of Overgrown Rover. And I know that I put, you know, Bang above Goketsu if he's using the abandonment, but I think in that situation he probably wouldn't have used it, and it just would have been Bang and Bomb versus Goketsu, which would have been incredible, and then they probably would have taken him out for sure. It would have been a difficult fight nonetheless. And then Elder Centipede, like I said, nailed it on the head. It would have been Tatsumaki or Flashy Flash. It would have been a good redemption for Flashy Flash against 100 Eyes Octopus. You know how he went against a big monster and he couldn't take him out, and then he was like, okay, well, I'm going to use my secret technique, but then we don't get to see it. This could have been that moment for him to be like, oh, I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. And then like he does the Flashy Slash to Elder Centipede and possibly even takes him out, which would be a huge feat for him. Or, you know, Tatsumaki just takes care of him, similar to how she took care of 100 Eyes Octopus. Goliath Xanatos asks, Zawardo, sup, Shonen, my bro. Xanatos here again. Question today is on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. How powerful would Jotaro, Dio, Joseph, Prime be in the One Punch Man world among the S-Class heroes, including Garo and a Mind Mask? It might be a real hard-fought battle on all sides. Anyway, keep it safe, my friend. Peace out. Hey, you too, Xanatos. So I'm thinking that they would probably be dragons easily, all of them, but when we're going against like the S-Class heroes with Garo and My Mask, I think it would, you know, you would really need the stronger ones, especially be able to compete with Jotaro and Dio, who can just straight up stop time, which is insane. So you need like Flashy Flash, Tatsumaki, maybe Silver Fang, and that's a big maybe. Darkshine possibly, you know, Blast, we of course throw him in there. Metal Knight with his full potential, I'm sure, would be able to compete against them. But like Garo, you need peak Red Garo, and a My Mask might not be enough to stand up to like Star Platinum and the world's abilities. Second question is particularly about anime, but it's the community in general. Lately, it's been confirmed by YouTube channels the comic industry has been plummeting in sales and popularity, with manga and animes taking over. Any other huge properties have begun losing money and outsourcing to Japanese publishers to create new characters for them to license and profit off of. My question for you is whether or not the anime in general will become the biggest medium in the cartoon comic entertainment by replacing traditional American heroes and shows. Do you think it'll become a reality? All the best out there, Z. Keep safe and protected from the topical event happening in the world that must not be named. Peace out, man. Hey, you too, Xanatos. Keep washing your hands. So I thought this already happened, honestly. I thought anime and manga had already taken over the comic industry, like starting in 2015, something like that. I think that that decline started to happen. But I guess I'm wrong. I guess it's just happening now, because whenever you look at like the top graphic novel sales, it's dominated by manga and anime. I mean, of course, there's other like Western titles in there too, but it's always manga and anime. And it's understandable because, I mean, anime and manga is just more compelling than comics, in my opinion. That's why the MCU is doing so well, because the MCU is incredible. It's well made, and it's a movie after all, but the comics, not really cutting it. Too much lore. It's just too much to get into for people, and especially new generation. It's way easier to get into anime and manga, and that just seems more appealing at this point. So instead of thinking it becomes a reality, I do think that we're living in that reality right now. Dino asks, "Sup, Shonen?" So for all this week's Q&A, I just want to know, what do you think of the showdown between pre-time skip CP9 and all of the current manga Class 1A? So I'm thinking that CP9 is too powerful for Class 1A, even currently in the story. I mean, we just saw recently that Tokoyami had a major power-up, and he was boosted up significantly, but CP9 were all easily on the level of, like, the top 10 pro heroes, in my opinion. They all have the physicality, you know, strength, speed, durability of someone with augmented quirks. And obviously they have the Rokushiki, which is incredible, and it would just be way too much for Class 1A. I mean, it would be competitive somewhat, but I definitely think CP9 would get the job done here, especially once they started going into their fruit abilities. Also, could Kid Goku have taken down all the monsters that appeared at the end of the Super Fight arc in one punch, including Bakuzan, Goketsu, and want to date with that girl? So maybe he probably wouldn't date with that girl, but also, like, the feats of power in Dragon Ball Z Super are all kind of inconsistent, especially with Kid Goku. So people will rate Kid Goku like a mega planet buster or whatever. Like, he did this, he did that. His Kamehameha could destroy everything. And in theory, it could, but, you know, is he as fast as Goketsu? Is he as powerful as Goketsu? His feats in Dragon Ball don't really show that. And, I mean, at least according to me, I mean, yeah, his Kamehameha could blow up a moon or blow up whatever, but what about the rest of his physicality? It's not really matching up with Goketsu's feat. So, could he kill Goketsu if he hit him with a Kamehameha? Maybe. But aside from that, I think Goketsu probably gets the job done here. Super controversial, I know, but I don't know what to tell you. So that's pretty much it for the video today, guys. Once again, I want to thank all 131 of my incredibly powered, ultra attractive patrons. Guys, thank you so much for continuing to support me through these difficult times in our lives, and I hope everyone stays safe out there. Keep washing your hands, don't touch your face. And if you would like to be in next week's Q&A, simply check out the $5 tier. That will give you access to this video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe as well. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.